kebersihan.
Hari gini buang sampah sembarangan. Udah tahu sampah biang masalah, buang sampah pada tempatnya lah.
Iya ya, kalau bukan kita siapa lagi? Ayo kita buat Jakarta jadi bersih.
Langsung aja. Mau pakai presentasi nggak? Nggak. Terus?
Selamat siang ya, terima kasih sudah hadir semua di hari ini. Kita dari tim Redwan mau bertemu untuk menyambung pembicaraan yang terakhir ya, dimana kan sekitar pertengahan tahun ini sudah dilakukan analisa dan timnya Redwan untuk melihat keadaan kondisi puskesmas kita saat ini dan juga Transjakarta dari sisi memotret begitu ya, memotret keadaan ya di lapangan seperti apa, tingkat utilisasi, tingkat keefisienan, dan kira-kira melihat improvement apa saja yang bisa gitu untuk bisa lebih baik lagi, lebih efisien lagi. Dan waktu itu sudah ada business case-nya dan dikirimkan juga lewat surat ya, kira-kira apa yang dari tim konsultan ingin membantu dan merasa bisa untuk membantu supaya improvement efisien itu bisa terjadi gitu di lapangan, baik di proyek di puskesmas yang kita ada maupun proyek di Transjakarta ya. Dan dampaknya mungkin bisa didiskusikan dan bisa dihitung juga, misalnya kalau improvement 15% di dalam ketersediaan bus, itu otomatis jumlah bus yang kita butuhkan juga lebih sedikit untuk melayani jumlah passenger yang sama misalnya ya, itu sebagai contoh aja, dan itu kan semua ada nilainya ya, nilai rupiahnya dan investasinya juga yang sehingga kalau kita
yang kemarin kita nggak ketemu kan ini kan, ini mesti tender kan kalau untuk konsultan kan? Ya. Itu yang kita nggak ketemu. Jadi ini bantu kita kayak free kayak kemarin itu loh. Nah kita tanya kelanjutan gimana, masih ada biaya lagi untuk dia turun. Nah itu yang kita mesti tender. Itu kita sebenarnya terakhir di situ.
Ya.
Ketemunya yang nggak ketemu di situ.
Waktu itu mungkin terakhir kita bicara gimana kalau ada potensial sponsor atau CSR atau apa, cuma mungkin lebih sulit ya jalur itu ya.
Kita udah coba, ternyata mereka kurang tertarik gitu itu. Udah bicara itu, karena harganya juga dianggap terlalu tinggi. Kita udah ngomong waktu itu. Jadi ini ada program kemarin dari konsultan ini kasih free kita. Nah pas kita mau lebih lanjut lagi, kita bagus. Nah harga yang dimasukkan kan udah masih tender. Kita pikir kita mau temu tender, kita lewat bukan CS sponsor lah. Mereka begitu lihat persepsinya itu tidak perlu begitu mahal gitu loh. Bentuknya itu yang akhirnya kita mentok.
Memang dari sisi Renwar ini sih yang kita lihat mereka itu operational consultant, jadi konsultannya yang berani bilang kalau harganya segini, ini kita jamin improvementnya segini. Nah itu memang dari sisi kita yang perlu melihat benar-benar improvement 15% ini, 25% ini dalam ketersediaan bus, dari sisi maintenance yang lebih kurang segala, itu nilainya berapa untuk kita, sehingga nanti return on investmentnya harusnya berlipat-lipat ya dari sisi proyek mereka sebelumnya. Bisa 1 banding 5, banding 10, banding 20 bahkan gitu. Jadi kalau fee-nya mereka taruh berapa, itu biasanya keuntungan yang kita dapat dari sisi cost saving maupun dari sisi additional revenue. Kalau dari sisi hospital bukan bicara revenue, tapi dari sisi jumlah masyarakat yang bisa terlayani lebih banyak segala itu bisa berlipat-lipat dari investasinya. Cuman
kalau soal puskesmas ya, terakhir kita udah guide kerjasama dengan RSCM sama FKUI. Jadi mereka yang jadi semacam konsultan gitu untuk rumah sakitnya. Nah kita udah saat pelayanan itu memang butuh ya, cuma memang kalau yang Transjakarta kita memang sekarang mau bicara apapun susah, nanti hitungannya nggak pas. Kenapa nggak pas? Misalnya contoh menurut hitungan bodoh kami saja, itu butuh 1.200 unit bus untuk melayani kira-kira seluruh koridor. Kalau kita mau jalan malam, mungkin 1.700 idealnya. Nah sekarang kita mau improvement, jumlah bus yang ada hanya ada 470-an. Setelah kita tekan agak ketat, yang beroperasi ini 380.
380 ya. They need 1,200 to 1,700 according to that.
Jadi kita pikir,
buses
ya,
ya.
jadi kita pikir kita mesti jumlah busnya udah cukup dulu, baru kita bicara konsultan masuk hitung sistem gitu loh, yang bisa lebih hemat, lebih efektif gitu kan. Kalau sekarang anda mau masuk konsultan apapun, kesimpulannya sama. Anda mesti sterilkan jalur busway, jumlah bus ditambah. Saat ini ya, tentu kita tahu ada sistem nanti GPS kita atur, ketepatan kirim orang, tiketing. Belum bisa bicara itu sekarang. Masih terjemah ya.
Yeah. No, what they're saying is they see the main problems as the number of buses. So they need 1,200 if they don't run during the day, or 1,700. And right now their buses is around 400 or 300, yeah, 300 something. So that they see as the main problem. If you do improvement now without adding the number of buses, it won't be as efficient.
Yeah, but you will still release. You will give them more buses than they have available now.
I mean, if you focus on bus availability only, and what we see when we look at other bus companies is they have 10 buses and 2 of them are always off the road. If you can fix that, then you can get 1 off the road. And for every 10 buses you buy at the moment, you're getting 8 equivalent. If you can get 9 equivalent.
Or another way of putting it, Tommy, if they're looking at about 1,000 buses running the same way now, similar, we could do it in 850 buses.
Or 900, yeah, exactly.
But as I understand what he's saying is that they only have 350 currently. He doesn't want to do anything until they get the full number of buses. Is that what?
He thinks that the benefit will be.
No, but what you do is you put the systems in place now, so that as you get the new buses, they are operating with the new maintenance system, the new controls in place, etc. It's a lot easier with a smaller scale.
Well, I have some more idea like this. If you're going to be in charge within the management, for example, for Transjakarta, probably we can pay you in the sense that, say, you promise some, because you're operational consultant, so what you do is quite measurable.
Yes.
So if there will be some efficiency, then they might be paying you by percentage of the efficiency that we got. Still, I think there might be some tendering process, but I don't know. There might be some resources that you can find out.
But that's one of the discussions we were having, which is that if we can commit to certain financial benefits, which could either be the utilization of either number of buses available or whatever, and get paid as we release that benefit to you.
Because we don't know yet up to this moment what will be the optimal number of the buses, right? There might be 500, there might be 400, there might be less if you do best management.
Exactly.
Operation
Correct.
less, right? So I was thinking the way that I might be paying you, because this is going to be difficult for us to find some resources, but the company itself. So you can do some consulting works there, and then you build in within the management. Probably you can pay based on the efficiency you promised to us.
Yeah, that's what we discussed essentially before.
We said this is operational consulting.
Yeah.
I mean, the benefit for you is going to be clear. We can as long as we can clearly measure the increase in available time or the increase.
As long as Karen said, as we have a very clear, transparent measure, which is agreeable to both parties.
But there might be a risk also for you, because if there will be no efficiency, then
I understand that.
right.
Of course.
And that's how they operate.
That's how we operate. All projects is we understand, we commit to a operational improvement.
Mungkin yang mereka bilangin Pak.
Ya itu tadi, aku ngerti pikiran yang sejak awal, sedangkan kita berpikir, gua nggak bisa ngukur Aku ngukurnya gimana, orangnya kita belum mencapai yang
Kita belum tahu.
sekarang kita udah tahu. Nggak usah pakai konsultan pun, kita udah ada berapa sampaikan. Konsultan kita ada Austed segala macam dari Australia. Intinya Anda nggak usah banyak ngomong dulu, bus Anda tambah dulu, Anda sterilkan busway dulu. Ya tentu kita mau bicara tentang efisiensi ya. Ya kan operasional punya konsultan. Nah sekarang gimana Anda bisa hemat berapa? Dari mana kita tahu target hemat berapa? Standarnya mana? Lu mau pakai standar Bogota, nggak cocok di Jakarta. Lu mau pakai standar Cina, nggak cocok. Makanya mesti kita jalanin dulu kan gitu ya Pak. Kita jalanin dulu. Kita udah jalanin baru tahu nih kan. Anda masuk, Anda bilang, Anda bisa hemat seberapa gitu. Kalau kita jalanin kan baru dia masuk kan. Dia masuk, dia pelajari, dia udah masuk duluan. Dia bisa ngomong sama kita nih. Lo kalau pakai gua nih, kira-kira gitu kan. Saya buat Anda pelayanan akan naik sekian. Uang Anda akan hemat sekian. Nah dari situlah baru kita bisa bilang bayar dia gitu. Itu yang dia maksud. Jadi tor tendernya itu nanti seperti itu gitu. Ya, kalau mau dari awal, maksudnya Pak Stanto tuh gitu. Kalau Anda mau tender seperti itu, ya oke, kita bikin tornya. Anda harus bisa kasih tahu kita. Anda betul-betul kita set dari awal, nggak mau kita siapin bus dulu nih. Anda langsung bilang sama kita. Anda bisa ngangkut sekian orang, kalau sekian orang, nah kalau cuma itu kita udah punya dari konsultan di Australia. Anda wajib beli unit sekian, mesti steril busway, bisa angkut sekian. Terus sistem Anda mesti perlebar, Anda punya halte, Anda mesti bikin bus B, itu udah kita punya. Nah, kalau konsultan kan lebih cenderung kan dia mau memaksimalkan, mengefisiensi, maksimalkan efisiensi, maksimalkan efektif target yang mau kita angkut kan itu. Tapi menurut kita sekarang belum bisa.
Kalau dari sisi improvement relative to today's situation, gimana? Jadi maintenance ya, misalnya ya, hitung bodohnya 10 bus, tiap 10 bus 2 selalu atau 3 ada maintenance. Jadi kita
itu pakai itu ada persoalan tersendiri.
Iya kan?
Kenapa persoalan tersendiri? Sebenarnya dia agak beda. Kita itu banyak sekali kontrak itu dari investor operator. Jadi yang lepas ban segala macam bukan kami sebetulnya, itu operator.
Jadi kita outsource maintenance.
Itu yang kesalahan kontrak yang udah terlanjur, ada yang lama itu, jadi itu nggak bisa dipatokan. Karena sebentar lagi mereka kita scrap semua nih.
All the past operators will be scrapped.
Jadi itu agak.
He's just saying how to benchmark the improvement, how to measure the improvement.
Terus kita udah masukin ke e-katalog.
The current ones are all going to be.
Terus kita masukin ke e-katalog service. Kita udah mau beli mobil yang seperti Scania. Kita mau beli langsung nggak ada tender, langsung dengan e-katalog. Dan situ juga ada e-service, e-katalog tuh servisnya pun dalam e-katalog. Jadi kita udah nggak mau pusing maintenance, kita dorong aja ke ATPM, Volvo, Indomobil, ke Astra. Kita nggak mau pusing. 5.000, kayak kita bawa mobil aja 5.000 km, 10 km masukin ke kamu. Nah kita nego sama dia seperti taksi ekspres gitu, Toyota gitu. Ya itu udah lebih mudah nanti ke depan. Soal pelatihan sopir nanti tugasnya yang punya mobil juga untuk latih. Kita hanya bicara manajemen aja. Mungkin nanti pengaturan, nah itu baru bisa masuk saya pikir gitu loh. Lebih efisien berapa sih mobilnya mesti lewat? Kan kita punya standar pelayanan minimum tiap 7 menit orang maksimum itu nunggu itu kalau lagi padat 10 menit sesuai dengan surat Kemenhub. Kalau lagi kosong 15 menit, tapi target yang kita tetapkan SPM itu ada 7 menit. Jadi orang itu cuma berdiri 7 menit terus datang bus. Kita ada standarnya sebetulnya, tapi kita belum bisa katakan semua busnya nggak cukup. Ya, tapi artinya kan kita ada standar gitu. Artinya kita ada standar, kita tahu semua sekarang sebetulnya. Nah kita pikir bisa kita lakukan pertama. Nah dia kan mau maksa depan masuk, mau masuk duluan boleh. Kalau mau masuk depan duluan kita tender. Tendernya seperti yang Prof. Stanto bicara tadi. Bahwa tendernya itu Anda harus masukkan pada kita. Jadi kita bikinnya itu berapa ya efisiensi bisa dapat. Tapi standarnya mana? Harus dibuat.
Waktu Anda bilang efisiensi itu apa?
Iya. Minum 1 botol apa 3 botol kan saya nggak tahu di standar kita belum.
Kita belum tahu sistem ini
Okay, so what I'm hearing is, maaf aku mau Inggris sedikit ya. They're in the middle of a transition, yeah. All the stuff that you analyzed last middle of the year were all based on the existing contractor, and the incentive system and everything was wrong, so that they are salah-salah lah maintenance-nya semua parah. Tapi going forward, you are going to do it yourself, is it? Ya, the bus company ya mau coba.
Bukan, kita sekarang juga kita udah lakukan kita sendiri sebagian. Yang jadi masalah kan soal sopir, kami udah 3,5 UMP, yang lain belum. Nah, terus soal dituntut kemarin dari yang Lorena, kenapa dia dituntut? Karena dia bilang dalam kontrak itu kan Anda menjanjikan saya 270 km nggak per hari waktu itu ya, harus minimum kilometer bisa dapat. Ternyata jalanan macet, membuat kami hanya dapat 200. Sehingga karena tidak mencapai target itu kami rugi sekian puluh miliar. Dia ajukan ke Bani dan dia menang. Nah jadi memang saya pikir ya belum bisa sebenarnya kalau saya pikir untuk kita untuk memaksa untuk konsultan masuk perbaiki sistem karena kita masih. Dan ini juga mau jadi BUMD kan? Ini kan mau jadi BUMD, UPT ini dia BUMD ini masalah nih kita suntik duit terus, nggak bisa tarik orang luar juga yang kerja.
They're in the middle of this transition to create this local owned enterprise. So their shape is still trying to find. That's why they're having difficulties. What will the system will look like? Who's going to be? Dari sisi timeline seperti apa tuh Pak? Kira-kira udah harus jalan biasanya udah nyampe itu bukan?
Kamu bisa cerita soal timeline?
Who's doing that for?
Nah, this is it.
I'm not in the management, but he is.
Iya.
Kira-kira ya kalau di awal-awal ini Januari ini beberapa bis sudah tergantung bisnya itu sudah diserahkan dari dinas perhubungan kepada Transjakarta.
Terus tim Transjakartanya yang the bus company sudah dibikin timnya.
Ya.
Kita udah ganti, udah rombak. Jadi udah ganti rombak baru.
Sekarang jadi operator juga kan?
Ya, sekarang kita udah rombak. Ini kepala BUD itu udah orang baru. Tapi sama aja memang yang dihadapi, kita jumlah bus nggak cukup. Nggak, kita sih merasa gitu. Kalau mau untuk tender bayar konsultan untuk lakukan sesuatu, saya pikir kasih obatnya nggak tepat. Lu kasih vitaminnya nggak tepat saat ini, kasih vitamin. Orang lagi sekarang kok. Kalau dia lagi bugar, Anda bisa bilang, kalau kasih lu vitamin ini, lu bisa lari lebih panjang nih. Nah, jadi bisa terukur gitu loh. Saya pikiran saya seperti itu. Tapi kalau memang mau paksakan sekarang, bisa. Bisa, tapi tendernya itu ada buat tol, seperti yang Pak Tanto bicara. Anda harus bikin tol, kita ikutin tol Anda kita tender. Anda jamin,
harus mulai dari kebutuhan utamanya dulu kan apa dari sininya dulu.
Kita udah sadar kebutuhan kita mau ngangkut sebanyak mungkin orang.
Jadi SPM itu udah jelas.
Nah, bisa sekarang contoh kita menghitung 1.200 mobil bisa memenuhi itu pun dengan catatan busway harus steril. Dan yang dia lupa ini Jakarta Indonesia polisi berkuasa atas jalan raya bukan traffic warden. Bukan dishub loh. Di luar negeri yang berkuasa di jalan itu dishub. Setelah Undang-Undang Lalu Lintas 2009 keluar itu dicabut. Nah jadi hitungan nanti kita jadi pasti susah nih kalau bicara konsultan. Dia memang mengatakan nanti ini bisa tercapai kalau bisa atasi macet, atasi steril. Itu sama baik lagi ke Lorena yang tuntut kita.
No, they're not that type. They're not the type that will prescribe prescription. They will be the type that work together with the people on the ground to see whatever target we set, the will be achieved. Gitu.
Makanya itu, that's what I mean. Gitu. We already have a target. It's 7 minutes. If the peak hours, 10 minutes. If not in peak hours, 15 minutes. We have a target. The bus. You could not wait more than 15 minutes.
Yeah. You see, the prerequisite is so high, saying that the roads should be stereo. how do you do that?
Yeah.
To achieve that 7 minutes.
Yeah.
There's like so many external factors.
And the
that
problem
preventing
is,
them
yeah,
to
our
achieve the
Indonesian law
target,
for traffic different with another country. Before the traffic laws passed in 2009, our traffic warden has authority to make a stereo for the road. But after this law come out, all these traffic authorities under police. That's why we could not make the stereo. We have to beg the police help us.
They have a discretion right.
Yeah.
So it's good.
And until today, still many cars to jump to our busway. We could do that. Depend the police, and police never enough staff.
But I mean, what our system will do is, and what we didn't find when we came and did the survey, was this is the target, this is the action performance, okay, and the gap, this is why. And we have very, very clear, so we know that, yesterday or last week, we lost 30% or 40% because of this reason, 20% because of this reason, so the management can focus on, right, this is my number one priority. I have the fact, I can go to the police and say 40% of our bus, failure to achieve time is because of cars blocking. Yeah? The systems at the moment don't give you that information, so we don't know, is it because we don't start the bus on time, or is it because the buses aren't available? Why do we not achieve the target? Now the management control system must give you that information so that you as the management team can make a decision on do I buy more buses or is it wasted time? If I buy more buses, I can't, it's the traffic which is the problem, not the buses. So that information needs to give you the decision-making power. And that's what we would help you to implement. Is that tool, the tool to give you the information of how our target's here, we're currently here, we can get to here, and then we need to do something else to get to here, and then we
Masalahnya menurut pikiran kami itu sekarang kita belum butuh dulu gitu saat ini gitu. Itu persoalan kita. This is another perception. For us, now is not the right time to invite you to get in, because the gap is still too wide for us. We know, and we know what we have to improve. We already have many consultants give to us what we have to improve. But this consultant, I think, is maybe not the equal level with Renoir. That's why we think it's better do this first. After do this, we want to maximize this, so we will invite the more expert to solve this problem. We already know the problem, how to solve very wide.
So we don't reach the bottom line yet after this one. That's the problem.
We don't, sorry?
Reach the bottom line of this operation because there are not many prerequisites like this sterile roads and then also the availability of the gas supply. Not many things we have to provide. Then you can work to see what would be the achievement for the optimality you promised.
Yeah, that's the question. How do you know what the issues are?
That's what we don't know.
Yeah. That's the whole point now. Yeah. That's the whole point that Kevin
I give you an example like this. We need 45 gas stations this year. This year we only have 11. Whose fault? Central government, not our authority. We already have a few gas stations. Yang umumnya itu apa? SPBU itu apa? Gas station juga bilangnya kan? Not the CNG. Very easy. If you have to make this the usually gas station to put one dispenser for CNG, because we have a gas pipe gets through many gas stations. But the owner of this gas station, Pertamina, this is also government, another enterprise, state-owned company. They said no. We sell not CNG. What we sell is the fuel and diesel. It's crazy. We said, how come? This is a central government program to make the air clean. That's why I told you, we don't need a consultant now. What we need is to occupy the North Merdeka Road. That's what we said. You want to solve the Jakarta problem, be a president, not only be a governor. That's the problem. So, and how much? So we purchased the diesel bus. The law said no. You have used CNG. That's the problem. We know everything we tell. That's why why we want to pass the law for local enterprise become a BUMD. If we still use the BUMD, it's a unit operation like this, we could not ask the professional to be a CEO then. That's why we need to pass the law. And until now, the local parliament still say no. That's the problem. We need more professional people inside this bus company. You could not. You have to use the bureaucrat before they turn to be a local company. And if you turn to the local company, you need the local parliament to pass this law. That's why I said we no need to spend a lot of money for, except Professor Standal will give you an idea. You give us the bidding, how many percent shall we pay after that. You give us the, how to make the, but not now, I said. Well, no, you could do nothing now. Except you just purchase a bus. So we asked the minister, help us to more CNG gas station. Okay, I will give to you. Where's your bus? They said, where do you guess? This is what happened in the last 9 years. The province, the parliament never want to pass the law to purchase a big bus. Because they know there's no use. You have many bus, but no CNG. But the central government said, where's your bus? Who want to invest the CNG station if no bus to use this? 9 years like this. That's why we said, next year we don't care. We'll purchase 1,000 bus. You have CNG, no CNG, we don't care. Just put the bus. So you look at this. That's what we want to do. But the problem is the local parliaments do not pass the law. They cut the budget for purchase the bus. So now I want to, it's like a compensation with the advertising company. I give you free 7 years, free advertising on the bus, inside and outside. You just grant to us the bus. And your bus uses diesel. Or say quarter with the central government. I said, this is not the bus. This is the province car. But the model is the bus. And because people waiting queue very long, and I use the red plate number to pick them up, to send them to another harbor. I don't against the law. I just help the people. This is our province car. But the model is a bus. It's like a Transjakarta bus. And the plate is not just a yellow, this is a red plate. This is government car. This is my operational car. I just have the people waiting for 1 hour on the bus station. And no need to pay, I said. I just pick them up. That's the problem. We know everything, the problem. That's why we have to. So what we think is next year we better increase the bus first to make them feel shameful. This is your fault. You could not supply our CNG. But we still need the bus for operation. We use an advertising bus, diesel bus. Red plate. This means government car. And the central government said, never use the red plate. And the red number is not for the public bus. You have to use the yellow. I never use this as a bus. I just pick them up to help them.
Because no transaction, no tariff, no money.
I'm a quarter in the Vice President office. I think the citizens in Jakarta don't care what color of the plate come in when they're waiting. They just want to know it's 10 minutes, the bus come and help them. That's what the problem.
I think, you know, I mean, I've lived in Jakarta 24 years. I know your frustration, very frustrating, trying to fix these problems. What these guys do is they come into your existing situation, whatever the problems are, and they make the best of that current situation. I'll give you one example, like in Brazil, they go into São Paulo city, also a very big city, same kind of problems as here. Bureaucracy, central government, city government, 20 million people, some in Jakarta. And they go into the rubbish collection, and they save 25% of the rubbish trucks, and they still do the same job for the rubbish. So the main point is, they will make the best of your current situation. You know, maybe there are crazy central government laws now, maybe with time you'll fix that, but whatever is your current situation today, let's make that work as efficiently as possible. That's their main point.
I think we understand your point. The thing is only we are not sure enough to convince you that you will be doing that because there are many prerequisites, as I already said.
For the new role in the operating role ya Pak ya, is coming year. It's quite urgent ya. Do you already have the team, the SOP or the process?
So
and
you see,
all the
along the way,
main
actually East Transjakarta is being helped by Pak siapa yang dari si Yoga itu ya? IDB was being helped.
ATDB apa ya?
IDB itu International Transportation
Policy
Development Policy.
Oh, okay.
It's under United Nations.
Under ITDB.
And also from OSED yang di bawah itu Bappenas itu. They also make that's why I got to you. It's like give a vitamin itu loh. Pleno itu sekarang masuknya nggak tepat, ini lagi sakit gitu. Ini mesti udah jalan, ini masuk. Nah sama jadi sampah, like sampah kan, sampah. Kita nggak bisa ngomong. 600 unit lebih sampah itu umurnya di atas 20 tahun. Mas Wiradon ngomong nggak ada guna, tapi suruh beli truk. Masa kita beli truk dulu, nah beli truk sekarang ada masalah. Tender selalu dapat truk yang jelek. Makanya baru kemarin kita masukkan ke e-katalog RKPP. Nah sekarang udah mulai normal, kita tunggu duit lagi tahun depan. Nah ini udah beli, kita mau swastakan, manajemen, nah ini perlu masuk. Kita yang kita bilang masuk seperti itu. Kalau sekarang menurut saya itu kita mubazir. Yang kita udah tahu dari ITDP dan OSED saja, kita lagi mau set benahin gitu loh. Termasuk pembelian bus kita itu hampir semua tender yang menang Cina. Servisnya nggak pakai e-katalog, masih tender lagi. Nah kita lagi dorong. Nah awal Januari ini baru LKPP akan launching bus-bus dalam e-katalog. Baru kita mulai mau beli, maksud saya kalau dia masuk sekarang nggak salah, betul maksudnya mubazir gitu loh. Di vitamin, gua lagi minum vitamin, ngapain tambah vitamin lu gitu loh, gua keluarin duit gitu kan. Biar kita selesaikan vitamin ini, nanti kalau pakai vitamin yang lebih kuat lagi nih. Katanya dia operation kan, operation apa yang mau lihat kalau busnya semua nggak ada. Kalau busnya sudah ada 1.000 lebih. Kita harusnya beli 1.700, kita nggak usah beli 1.700, kita beli 1.000 aja dulu. 1.000 dulu kan jadi kalau sampai dihitung nggak perlu gitu banyak, kita sudah efisien. Tapi kalau sekarang 380, apa yang mau Anda lakukan? Anda jadi saya kasih Anda satu perusahaan ini, Anda pegang pun Anda pusing kepala. Pasti Anda kan bilang sama saya, beli busnya lagi dong. Hartanya diperlebar dong. Bikin busway dong, untuk busway-nya. Pasti Anda kan bilang itu juga.
No, usually what they're focusing on is not a structural solution that cannot be changed in a short term, but more like all the incremental, the management control system, the whole accountability-nya, sistem information-nya gitu, sehingga bisa di act on ya kalau ada telat kenapa itunya yang di-improve ya.
Itu yang mau kita bilang. Rumahnya BUMD aja belum siap.
So structure-nya is still in evolution.
Karena ada frustrasi di dalam, karena harus PNS semua, harus PNS semua di dalam sekarang. Tapi kalau dia udah jadi BUMD, karena begitu masuk nggak ketemu sini bisa bajak dari Bluebird, dari Express gitu. Orang-orangnya bisa duduk di dalam, bisa duduk di dalam langsung.
Bapak ngomongin fleet management sama mereka, mau dipaksain, ya itu SDM yang kita punya.
Iya, fleet management
kita bisa outsource.
Dia nggak punya pengalaman.
Basically, they all bureaucrat. They have to be operators. How can you do that? It's impossible.
So what's the plan then to transition towards?
That's why we have to bentuk BUMD dulu.
We try to get the approval from the parliament to be BUMD.
But the urgency is the bus was already here, right? You need to operate it. You need to change this.
Makanya sekarang kita operate. The simple way is very easy. I just need all the bus is have an authorized agent in Jakarta. And I ask them to put their service fee in our government electronic catalog. So I don't need use the bidding process. I just like we have a private car, is 10,000 kilometers put inside the bookshop, and you have already the price, and we have a negotiation with you, because my fleets many than usual people. It's like express taxi with the Toyota Flyers. Express taxi, all use Toyota. He make a deal because I have 10,000, 20,000 units. I need make a big discount. And you control all the fleets, include the driver. If you think your units something wrong with the human resources, just tell us. Train him or fire him. It's more easy. But now we have a difficulty. Most of the bus is not owned by us, owned by the operator. And the operator has a problem. Always want to sue us. Because one already success sue us.
So probably the tariff policy of giving them or pay them by kilometer is not a good system, probably. Because you have this heavy traffic,
Yeah,
so that's what they said. The tariff policy first, for example. Is it the correct one or is not?
Yeah.
You know why they pay use kilometer? If you use a passenger, everybody stay waiting for passenger. It's also traffic. That's why it changed. That's why the ITDP said you have to pay them use kilometer. But the problem come out now. The operator feel lost the money, could not reach the target of the kilometer per day per bus because of traffic jam. The busway is not stereo. He asked for stereo the bus. He asked the police said he had enough staff. How about if you use us as a staff to help you against the law? So come, we have to put the camera and take a picture and find them. They said, no, I have to bring to the court. You need to go to the court first. And go to the court, they ask the judges, help us to put the maximum, the fine, the penalty, $50. They said, yes. When they feel, they just fine them $10.
That's enough.
For the rich people, $10 cheap. Don't care.
Use the lane every day.
That's why they sue us, the operator of the bus. You sue us, okay, we purchase our own bus. I don't care all of you first. When I say I purchase my own bus, our human resource is not experienced in this. That's why we need hire the professional from outside. If you want to hire from outside, you need it's a company, not as a unit operation under your transportation department. You need to be a company, you need to pass the law from the parliament. Now we are on the progress to solve this first. We hope next year we could get this company first. Get the bus first. 10,000. Work or not is not the problem. After that, we just say we want to hire the biggest consultant to help us to solve this problem. Now we already have a body, a company. But now I hire you, I say, no use. Maybe I just spend my money. I have no use. We know everything now. Until we not yet reach the target of what we have now. If we could not do this again, we want to ask another more accurate consultant to help us. Why is this? This is situations like this. Betul, Prof. Professor Sutanto, he's a lecturer, professor. He's appointed as the deputy governor. In Jakarta, it's a little bit different. It's a capital city. I am a vice governor, one pact with the governor, elected by the people. But we have a right to appoint 4 deputy governors. And he is in charge in industry, trading, and transportation. I was also a lecturer in UI, University of Indonesia. Very young professor. This professor, we have 2 professors. One is for culture and tourism. There's a woman, also a professor. We have 4 deputy. He knows everything. That's why we want to solve the problem step by step. Yeah, maybe next year, after the local parliament passed the law, we already have 10,000 and 1,000 bus. We also want to operate a free service bus, double-decker, in this central area, in the left side. So we'll push all the motorcycle, bend the motorcycle where the free bus operate. And also, we believe the old bus, the medium scale bus, will push outside of this area. We will try next year. Also purchase the bus. Also have a problem. Bidding not yet come until today. That's why we have to change the law now. No bidding. We want to directly purchase. So we ask the central government to put in the body for use the e-catalog, use the market price, so we could directly purchase if lower than the market price. If they sell to us, it's expensive more than usual people to purchase, we will find them 5 times of the price. And we ask this. And now we just tried last month for the garbage truck. If use bidding, we just purchased 82 units. Use this e-catalog, we purchased 92 units and still left $250,000 US. That's why next year we hope all the equipment we could directly purchase like that. That's what the situation now.
I think having your equipment on maintenance contracts with big equipment suppliers is a very good idea. Put the risk on them to maintain. That's one part of the problem, mechanical availability. But the other big part of the problem in Jakarta, I think, is scheduling, cycle time, scheduling. That's a problem which will remain whether you've got a contractor or your own fleet. You always have that scheduling problem in Jakarta, and I think that's where you need operational people to, 1, define what the problem is, and 2, how to target and fix each problem in a very measured way.
That's what I said. I think that time we need the consultant to help us. But now it's too early. Too early you come. We're talking about too early, that's what I mean. Yeah, just waste too many vitamins, too many food. If you come now.
Yeah, I think if you're about to sack all the old subcontractors, well, that's the old system. Yeah. But when do you think your new system will start with your own buses?
No, we don't scrap all the old operator now. We don't want the how to ya? Gimana? Dia nggak bisa nekan gitu gimana?
Well, they cannot blame us. They cannot blackmail us by giving me less fleet.
Okay.
If like this, if you don't want to operate your bus, I don't care because I have my own bus. But if you want to join us, please, we don't care, we pay you.
Okay.
But you have to follow our rule. If you don't want, step out. Now they feel it's like the bus. You know why they don't want to maintain the bus? They know exactly. If they don't operate the bus, you've not enough bus to bring the passenger. That's why they don't care about their maintenance. You need us. You don't have a bus. You don't know how to operate the bus. You don't know how to maintain the bus. So 2 times the tires out for the operator. And people blame us. People thought it's our bus. But actually it's not our bus. But if you say, no, your bus is not fit, could not operate in this situation, we're not enough bus. Because the first time we think use the operator bus is more easy for us. Or use operator. We never think they want to sue us. Even they don't reach the target of the kilometer per day, they sue us. And now we have to pay them 20 million, $2 million US dollar. They sue us. Mereka 24 miliar, 23 miliar. $2 million US dollar. And they win. They just blame us, could not stay in the busway.
You should sue the police.
You should sue
the police.
Police under president only. That's Indonesia, not under the department.
You know one basic problem actually, they have no dedicated crew. They still think that we are occupying some part of the total infrastructure they have. So it's quite great to say that it's alright to have this lane, but they say no, this is the public infrastructure.
That's the problem. The police always think our busway is not dedicated for the bus. So that's why they ask the people.
Kalau rame masukin.
Oh, so the police actually directly
Diskresinya diskresi begitu rame masuk kan?
Iya, judgment mereka ya.
They think it's a public. Because our bus is not enough. Still too long. So we don't care, just put minibus. After that, we just think about management. We ask many bus get in, tourist bus, the medium scale bus, get in. Everything we ask get in. But stuck also the same on traffic jam. When we get trapped in the traffic jam, all the schedule, ruin all the schedule. That's the problem. Ya, itu masih ada apa lagi?
Puskesmas gimana ininya?
Puskesmas ini juga. Puskesmasnya kita baru coba yang paskes kan tahun depan kan. Kita puskesmas mau upgrade jadi rumah sakit dulu. Nah itu pun kita pikir sebelum sistem rujukan online semua jalan, kita belum bisa oleh konsultan untuk operasi dulu. Kita lagi mau tender kepala puskesmasnya dulu, ganti. Nah puskesmas lebih pusing kepala lagi. Karena harus PNS juga kan.
But the quality of PNS also, if you manage it properly,
proper
incentive, proper review. Harusnya we should not give up lah on PNS.
Kita nggak give up.
lot of good.
Kalau menurut saya ya setelah saya kena regional gitu ya.
Right.
Regional ini tuh vitaminnya terlalu bagus untuk nanganin yang masih kelas ini gitu maksud saya gitu. Kita beresin sistem dulu, udah siap. Nanti ini baru geser. Sekarang belum bisa masuk, saya udah tahu dia cara kerja gitu, belum bisa masuk. Lu masuk terlalu panjang, saya bayar Anda terlalu panjang, kan dia mahal banget. Gitu. Ini kan ada barang bagus gitu kan. Kalau saya lagi pakai jalan jelek, ngapain saya pakai Ferrari saya di jalan yang berlobang-lobang gitu loh. Saya pakai Kijang dulu, nanti udah saya capai yang jalan tol, baru saya mau pakai Ferrari gitu loh. Nah sekarang lu paksain mau pakai Ferrari di jalan jelek, mubazir gua. Itu yang saya pikir kayak seperti itu. Nggak cocok masuk sekarang ya.
So if the timing, when the timing comes and everything, funding, would that be an issue later or or no, Pak?
If talking about funding, if you use the bid process, we have not an issue. We just increased 58% our budget. We just increased 58% in 1 year. Funding is not a big issue for us. The big issue is you want to know this is the right time or not to get the project done.
And the problem with the Puskamas are at the moment, it's just not the right time, is it? For what reasons?
We also already know, we already recognize the problem. The system online, they have many online. Now we still fix this first. And we also make the cooperation with the BPJS the first time in Indonesia. We want to try this system first. BPJS asked us. So he hold all the system.
What kind of system is that? Is that like an online?
The whole Indonesia system. They know exactly this is just the casting. So all the pack, how to what the DC is also. It's not a fee for service again. That's why this become the new for all the customers to do this. So it's better that they follow the central government first. What happened in the system, so we will know how to do this. If you come in, too many. It's like a one man, you give him too many drinks. He couldn't do. He couldn't accept too many drinks. You have to learn first, the system first. Yeah?
Okay.
In this case.
Yeah.
I have to. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.